If you are a dreamer, come in. If you are a dreamer, a wisher, a liar, a hoper, a prayer, a magic bean buyer, if you're a pretender, come sit by my fire, for we have some flax golden tales to spin. Come in, come in. Hi everybody, it's Mr. Stevens. It is Saturday, so not a normal school day, but it is March 21st, and it is World Poetry Day, so it's a very special day, and I figured it was a good time to read some of my favorite poems from one of my favorite poets, Shel Silverstein. These are from the book Where the Sidewalk Ends. So that first one that I read was called Invitation, and it kind of speaks for itself. But I'm going to read you three other ones that I think are fun, and I think you guys will enjoy them. So we'll get right in. The second one that I'm going to read is called Jimmy Jet and His TV Set. I'll tell you the story of Jimmy Jet, and you know what I tell you is true. He loved to watch his TV set, almost as much as you. He watched all day, he watched all night, till he grew pale and lean, from the early show to the late, late show, and all the shows between. He watched till his eyes were frozen wide, and his bottom grew into his chair, and his chin turned into a tuning dial, and antenna grew out of his hair, and his brains turned into TV tubes, and his face to a TV screen, and two knobs sang vert and horiz grew where his ears had been. And he grew a plug that looked like a tail, so we plugged in little Jim, and now instead of him watching TV, we all sit around and watch him. There's a picture there. And I know you guys got a lot of time off now, so I just want to make sure that you read that. Make sure that you are picking up a book and reading, so you don't turn into a TV screen or a phone screen or a computer screen. Alright, the next one that I wanted to read, this is one of my all-time favorite poems. It's silly, it's fun, and I think it's a good message about making sure you're helping your parents out around the house while we're at home. This is called Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout Would Not Take the Garbage Out. Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out. She'd scour the pots and scrape the pans, candy the yams and spice the hams, and though her daddy would scream and shout, she simply would not take the garbage out. And so it piled up to the ceilings, coffee grounds, potato peelings, brown bananas, rotten peas, chunks of sour cottage cheese. It filled the can, it covered the floor, it cracked the windows and blocked the door with bacon rinds and chicken bones, drippy ends of ice cream cones, prune pits, peach pits, orange peel, gloppy glumps of cold oatmeal, pizza crusts and withered greens, soggy beans and tangerines, crusts of black burned buttered toast, gristly bits of beefy roast. The garbage rolled on down the hall, it raised the roof, it broke the wall. Greasy napkins, cookie crumbs, globs of gooey bubble gum, cellophane from green bologna, rubbery blubbery macaroni, peanut butter caked and dry, curdled milk and crusts of pie, moldy melons, dried up mustard, eggshells mixed with lemon custard, cold French fries and rancid meat, yellow lumps of cream of wheat. At last the garbage reached so high that finally it touched the sky. And all the neighbors moved away, and none of her friends would come to play. And finally Sarah Cynthia Stout said, "Okay, I'll take the garbage out." And then, of course, it was too late. The garbage reached across the state, from New York to the Golden Gate, and there in the garbage she did hate. Poor Sarah met an awful fate that I cannot right now relate, because the hour is much too late. But children, remember Sarah Stout, and always take the garbage out. Alright, and so for my last poem that I want to read today, this is actually the title of the book that I'm reading from, which is Where the Sidewalk Ends. And I really like this poem too. I think it's a really a nice, beautiful poem, and so I wanted to share it with you guys. Where the Sidewalk Ends. There is a place where the sidewalk ends, and before the street begins, and there the grass grows soft and white, and there the sun burns crimson bright, and there the moonbird rests from his flight to cool in the peppermint wind. Let us leave this place where the smoke blows black, and the dark street winds and bends. Past the pits where the asphalt flowers grow, we shall walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and watch where the chalk white arrows go, to the place where the sidewalk ends. Yes, we'll walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and we'll go where the chalk white arrows go. For the children they mark and the children they know, the place where the sidewalk ends. Well, thank you guys for taking a few minutes out to listen to me read From Where the Sidewalk Ends. Like I said, Shel Silverstein, one of my favorite poets. I hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday, and I hope you guys get out and run around a little bit out in the backyard or the closest forest preserve. And do make sure you're still reading, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.